sleep. I was just watching some YouTube and that shit. Get some people on this bitch. Let's get live for streaming. I ain't been on camera. I guess I'm just gonna do some hype there. I'll get everybody on. I might be mad if I think I went to the Clippers.
Strictly and directly to the developers. So I want to say thank you, not only to you, Evan, for working with me, but also to the entire NBA 2K Rank community.
Yeah, definitely. When you first reached out, I thought this was an amazing opportunity to get more Reddit stocks to be put into the game. So we always appreciate you doing that for us.
Always about the community. So let's get into 21. What is your favorite mode or favorite thing about NBA 2K21?
The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. And tonight, we'll see the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers here at the Staples Center. With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, 1990 NBA Dunk Contest finalist Kenny the Jet Smith. I remember that 90 event. You were terrific. You were skying all over the place.
Man, thanks for having me. But how did they give Dominique that? He did the same dunk 3 times. If you do the same dunk, you're going to get the same score. That doesn't make sense to me. But, hey, man, happy to be here.
D.A., take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league's deadlier weapons now is the step back.
Thanks, David.
Kenny, you played alongside some incredible clutch performers. Who would you give the ball to now for a game-deciding 3?
Game-deciding 3. Steph Curry's number 1. Klay Thompson's number 2. Ray Allen's retired, so I'll go with Trae Young.
Ooh, what about Dame Lillard? Dame
Lillard. I'm sorry, Dame Lillard, number 3. And then Trae.
Say what? So
Steph, Klay,
Lillard.
Okay. Game-winning 3, not off the dribble.
I'm going to throw a wild card out there. Kawhi.
No.
Kawhi. Hey. Kevin and I saw him hit one of the biggest threes.
Yeah, that's a wild card, though.
That's a wild card. Hey, he hit a 3 to get to the finals.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
And he was injured in that game and in those series. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Peyton is out there with Barrett. And it's Aldridge in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Adams is out there with Jabari Parker. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Jr. in at the 1. So many combo guys in the backcourt now, Kenny, but there are still a few traditional style point guards left. And they're sure fun to watch.
Yeah, you still got Rondo. You still have Mike Conley.
Yep.
You know, obviously CP3. These are traditional point guards that think pass first. Still got LeBron. He's a traditional point guard. He passes first. So it's still fun to watch.
Jumps up, and Junior throws it down.
Well, the defense committed to Parker, so he beats them with a pass. Beautifully done.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Payton passes to Aldridge. He dishes it to Ingram. That's tipped. Isaac with the steal. Now, here's Junior. Covered by Payton. Outside Aldridge. Back to Payton. When you look around the league, a lot of great defenders. Kenny, in your view, what makes a great perimeter defender when you think about those names?
Wow, long arms, the ability to slide your feet and play multiple positions.
So, PG, Kawhi, those are a couple guys, right?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, guys who are really going to be able to move around and feel comfortable being uncomfortable.
And I would say that I think MPG is a terrific defender. He's an elite level defender, but the two best are Kawhi and AD because those are the guys that can comfortably guard 1 through 5. They can guard perimeter and paint. Consistent.
Great footwork for both.
Yes.
And here is Payton after Tim Hardaway made that last three-pointer. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Here's Bielitsa. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Out to Ingram. Then he played under a number of legendary coaches. What traits do they share, and how were they different?
Well, the great thing about all of them, they had me. So that makes it,
check that box, right? Move that off to the side.
It's something that they all had in common. I'm not saying that it's me, but it is heaven. I think what makes them great, what makes them great is the ability to relate and also the ability to change direction. Like, you can have a game plan and then all of a sudden change the game plan in the middle of the game and come up with a new one if it's not.
Well, I even go a step further. You're also, the great coaches adapt to their personnel as opposed to trying to make the personnel adapt to them. That's why Greg Popovich stand out for me. Because I remember when the Spurs used to be beating you in the 80s.
Yeah. And now
then he's the guy that started this whole offensive thing.
This running thing.
Now Holiday after the missed three from Junior. Ingram with it. Makes it off the glass.
Gotta see Ingram going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Now, here's Junior. D right on him. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Holiday dishes to Hayes. Ingram passes to Alexander Walker. Back to Ingram. Clock at 6. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Getting their first of the season at this Pelicans team.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end. There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And Junior with the basket on the assist by Beverly. And it's 9 points for Junior.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've dictated. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Holiday out there with Nance. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica. Then there's Hayes, and it's Alexander Walker into the small forward position. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
But yeah, it was a slow.
1:51 left to play in the first half. Parker outside. Now, here's Junior, guarded by Holiday. Now, Junior. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Patrick Beverley is checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Pelicans. Alexander Walker's checked in. And we want to thank the Jet for giving us his thoughts. Kenny, you can stop by here anytime. That door is always open for you.
Well, the door's open, but I'm going to steal a key just in case you don't invite me back. I'm taking it right
well,
now.
Well, he'll have the key.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the key right now.
We'll
tell
so
G when he
back.
Fellow PG, we got to let him in.
Yes, sir. I want to be back.
You guards always stay together. And what an experience it was, Greg, to have Kenny joining us. You always know he's going to give you his honest opinion, which makes him so great.
Kevin, and throughout his playing days and now as a broadcaster, Kenny has never pulled any punches. He'll tell it to you like it is, and that's one reason he is so beloved.
How about the timing? That's just great execution. Jabari Parker, send it in.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. And here's Junior. He's got 11. Holiday left side. Goes up on the wing. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Parker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Williamson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jabari Parker.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
The Pelicans making a switch here. And both free throws good for Williamson. Here's Junior. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. So it's going to come down to defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Zion Williamson, guys. In this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. To be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Junior. Parker out there with Isaac. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Adams in at the center. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, Steven Adams could be the league's most physical presence. All-star Jimmy Butler said that he is just so strong. Butler says he hit me with a screen, and I thought my life was over. Adams said his strength doesn't help with flopping. The refs are like, get up. Guys, he has a sense of humor about it, and maybe that's a counterbalance to his great physical gifts.
You're right, D.A. He is strong. Thanks for that report. Pelicans trail by 5. Passes to Barrett. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Steven Adams picks one up.
Yeah, there's a determination and sheer force of will that R.J. Barrett plays with. He feels contact, and he loves it.
And playing alongside Zion Williamson at Duke makes it hard to stand out with your athleticism, but make no mistake about it, R.J. Barrett is a big-time athlete.
And, Greg, I think maybe as impressive as what he brings from a physical standpoint is his commitment to put in the work, his understanding of what's required to be successful at the NBA. This guy has not only the physical tools, but the mental makeup and the work habits to be great.
And that one falls for Barrett.
And R.J. Barrett setting records in the ACC for scoring as a freshman. Talk about his offensive package.
Well, Greg, for me, this guy is wired to score. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, and he can pass it. And I think he's at his absolute best when he's attacking the rim.
Takes a 3. And it's Junior missing. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Williamson. The score now all even. Williamson's got 17.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Here's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. And the Clippers making a change here. Nance checked in. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for New Orleans. Nance comes in for Brandon Ingram. And a wide open look for Junior. Good on the triple. Junior's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Clippers. The pass to Barrett. To the wing right side. Payton finds Hayes. Out to the right wing. New Orleans moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Here's Nance. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. Payton looking it over. From the arc. Rebounded by Isaac. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as much as 10.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
Nance outside. It's to Williamson. It's Barrett on the wing. Williamson trying to free himself up. Goes back up. That shot off. Isaac with some nice D. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Junior. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. There are far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
And that one falls for Barrett.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Parker's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Junior. 21 points in the game. Pass to Parker. To the left side wing. Here's Junior with plenty of space. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Here's Barrett. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Here's the three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. For three, Barrett misses the shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two.
For the Clippers, Adams, he's checked in for Zubac. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Landry Shamet. And Junior subbed in for Patrick Beverly. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion Williamson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Peyton in at the point guard position.
Terrific at just being aggressive. Aldridge excels at putting pressure on the D and getting the call.
And he knocks down the first one.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
It's checked in for the Pelicans.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
And that one's good, Junior.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Adams against Aldridge. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And there are a number of things that make Ingram a dominant force. But what really jumps out at you the moment you see him, the length. Few wings in league history have had a 7'3" wingspan.
And that one falls for Ingram. And Greg, you combine Ingram's length with his emerging skill set. He has got a long career ahead of him in the NBA.
I mean, he certainly has the tools. But what we need to see now is the consistency year in and year out. It's one thing to reach that star status. It's another to become one of the true superstars in our league.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Junior kicks to Hardaway. Out to the right wing. Fires from the corner. And Junior gets it to go on the assist by Isaac. 30 points for Junior.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Junior.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Kabengele's checked in. And Porter subbed in for Parker. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Aldridge. Williams comes in for Williamson. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Ingram. And it's Iguodala in for Barrett.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. To the inside. The kick out to Williams. Over Porter. Shots good by Williams. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Coffee passes to Junior. The offensive rebound, Kabengele, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Twelve seconds left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do.
same since I got big lit. In my face like water, y'all in my business. That's a switch, that's a switch, that's a switch. Cold as that ice run through my veins, I never miss. Going on my life been so insane since I got big lit. In my face like water, y'all in my business. My quota is a trillion, need that back so I can rich. That's a switch every time I shoot that deep one. That's a switch every time I shoot that deep one. That's a switch every time I shoot that deep one. Cold as that ice run through my veins, I never miss. Going on my life been so insane since I got big lit. In my face like water, y'all in my business. My quota is a trillion, need that back so I can rich. That's a switch to a lead. All my grinding trying to find a way to eat. Motive been survival, I can't find no time to sleep. That's a switch every time I shoot from deep. You know, let's say that's my I made him $1 million, now we all rich. I ain't tryna have babies right now, so but I got a money bring EV, you probably won't beat me, but bro, we can't be by no small. Overseas got the crowd doing mosh pit. Can't believe that I'm still in apartments. Businessman went and got me in office. $1 million deals, I get them often. $1 million was on Spawn Street. Holla, he gon' stay with it. I could make me a monster. You bitch, you notice my sister, my mamas. Now they houses as big as they want them. I didn't run up no mamas. Look at Lil Donna. Living like we in a race. I might come in first and second, but I won't. Never. Hey, I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect, and I'm on that.
K21 so far.
I love the new beach. I walked around a little bit. There's even some coronavirus Easter eggs around the beach, so I love that. And the other part I like is the shooting. I do like the aiming a little bit. I think it adds a little bit more of a skill gap to the game. It's less about just muscle memory and more about you have to match the notch on the meter and all that. It just makes it a little more advanced. But of course, the old timing is still there if people want to switch back to that. So it's up to your preference. I gave shot aiming a try, and it's worked out well for me.
When you look at all the feedback from Reddit and some of the ideas, what's one of the coolest things you've seen in terms of like ideas for the future?
There was a suggestion.
A terrific look at the city of Memphis, Tennessee on the banks of the majestic Mississippi River. Greetings and DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Houston now has a star pairing with Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
Oh, that's a great story. David, thank you. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Jackson. Jackson, he's checked in for Anderson. And Junior subbed in for Brooks. Houston with a big group substitution here. Damari Carroll's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Daniel House comes in for Robert Covington. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden.
And one of the biggest surprises last year for Memphis Brandon Clark brought not only the energy, the rebounds, the block shots, he brought the three-point shooting.
House the pass to Rivers. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Junior.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Grizzlies shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And you can clearly see Junior is still accustomed to fighting for every inch. Every game, every play, he's out here giving his absolute all.
DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for Memphis. And a change for the Rockets. Clemens is checked in. The teardrop falls in. A player known for his athleticism, Clark's skill set may have been underappreciated by people in personnel.
Not only the long-range shooting, Clark showed up with a terrific floater, hit his free throws. He even started creating for others by the end of last year.
6 on the shot clock. Bobbed up there for Clark. And it's Junior missing. Houston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And there's a minute 45 left in the first. And here's McLemore. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Heat in Miami. Hits the three-point bomb.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Junior the pass to Melton. Junior with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Phoenix. Clemens with the rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
This is his first free throw of the game. Here's Morant. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. To the middle. And that one is off. Westbrook with the nice D there. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Taking a look at the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Gordon. And it's Tucker in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Valanciunas passes to Junior. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. They get the rebound. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Robert Covington picks one up. The Grizzlies have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Rockets leading by 5. Inside, here's Covington. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Morant outside. Pass to Junior. Outside Jackson, 5 to shoot. The tray. Here's Valanciunas, an easy 2 points on the layup. Now it's just a 3-point Rocket lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Well, you know, I did not think I'd ever see a player equal Oscar Robertson's triple-double average for a season, which the Big O did back in '62. Then along came Russell Westbrook. Another level. Did it for 3 straight seasons, making an indelible mark in the history books.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the strike.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And a switch here also for Houston. Daniel House is checked in for Robert Covington.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Now, here's Junior, guarded by Harden. Junior the pass to Morant. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Rockets leading by 5.
And last season, Westbrook passing the great Magic Johnson for 2nd all-time in career triple-doubles. Does he catch Oscar Robertson with 181?
I think he does, Greg. I think he's got a chance anyway, I should say that. Just to be in the conversation speaks volumes to all you need to know about Russell Westbrook's greatness.
And the dunk by Jackson.
You will not find anything selfish about how Junior plays, because this guy is always focused on making the right play for his team.
Westbrook against Morant.
Are you kidding me? Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
Now, here's Junior, guarded by Harden. Junior dishes to Jackson. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And finished off by Westbrook.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Now, here's Junior, guarded closer. Launches a 3, and James Harden with the 3. Harden's got the lead up to 13 now for the Rockets.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very... So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Kyle Anderson. Junior's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Jaren Jackson is out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Jones. Then it's Junior. And it's Melton in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The pass to Rivers. Back to McLemore. Houston moving it around. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot. And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. The Rockets last season traded Clint Capella for Robert Covington. The front office felt it was a move they had to make to go from good to great. And, of course, they certainly gave up size, but with Westbrook and Harden in the lineup, they needed more shooting, with open driving lanes to be at their best. And Covington provides that, along with great perimeter defense. Guys?
A team that's no stranger to bold moves. Thanks, David. Rivers against Clark. Rivers kicks to McLemore. Pass to Tucker. The shot that time, not on target. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Rockets leading by 8. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to McLemore. Down low. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist from McLemore. McLemore's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Clark left side. The shot from the low post is good. Clark's got 9 points here in the second half.
And when Clark is on fire, he stays aggressive. You got to love how this young fella is willing to dominate games. And just no fear, guys. I mean, he is willing to mix it up in the paint with the big boys.
And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the 4th quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
Rebounds and loose balls. We got to get them. We got to get them. Let's go. Let's go. Got to want a little bit more.
Greg, you can tell by his voice he wants his guys to give everything they've got right now.
No doubt.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.
I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect and I'm on that. Never fall off, I just fall back. Never fall off, I just fall back. I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect and I'm on that. I ain't got no credit, but I got the cash. Skipping through the I want all the bags, I want all the bags. Any disrespect and I'm on that. Never fall off, I just fall back. Never fall.
There was a suggestion to have a historical minor league where you can start in any year in history with all the legends back then and start a team there and then bring them all the way to present day. And you'll cycle through different eras, different players. You can change history. Maybe MJ never retires, or maybe MJ retires and never comes back. You know, you get to make that decision.
That's an awesome idea. All right, so what is something you are...
And the starting lineups have concluded. So it's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to payday.
Kevin, good evening. Karl Anthony Towns is certainly the franchise.
Knows it very well, DA. Thank you so much. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. They've got Towns. Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. And for a lot of teams with a lot of new players, Greg, this time of year can be a real challenge to mesh.
No doubt, you know, getting everybody on the same page sometimes it can take time, and then you have to build that trust. Weathering the storms together will obviously help you do that.
Morant against Russell. And that one's good. Morant.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
The pass to Towns. Here's Russell. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Free throw good, Russell.
And to me, the ceiling that D'Angelo Russell has is really high. This guy is dynamic, he's confident, he can score it, and he's just going to continue to want to prove himself.
And that one's good, Junior. Well, Greg, we know what kind of energy that Junior plays with on the floor. That's led to energy company Mobile One reaching out for him to be a spokesman.
And it just feels like all the Fortune 100 companies are reaching out to Junior. This guy's destined for greatness, and the offers are just rolling in.
Beasley, the pass to Towns. That shot misses. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see the frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on. He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Morant passes to Junior. Pass to Jang. Kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Junior missing. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves.
And Doris, no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns has taken a much bigger leadership role on this Minnesota team.
No doubt, Greg. Once the departure of Jimmy Butler was secured, then the leadership role squarely falls on the shoulders of Karl Anthony Towns. Now, his style is totally different. He wants to be a bit more encouraging, but there's no question. He's the best player. He's got to lead the charge.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And Doris, Malik Beasley, no stranger to the entertainment business. His parents and his grandfather are all accomplished actors.
Yes, but his father also played basketball professionally. Malik with so much talent. Now he's looking for his role to grow, and he's got the kind of heart and toughness to go make it happen.
No script, no acting. When we see that action, round of applause. Standing ovation, I stand over you hating because if we gotta crash and see for the occasion, I'm a boss though.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Gorgie Dan. Josh James deciding to change it up. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Beasley is out there with Culver. Then there's Towns, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Culver. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here we go. Junior heading to the hoop. Passes it to Valanciunas. Now here's Junior. Covered by Beasley. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Towns for three. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
In today's NBA, if you're a big man who can shoot the three, it changes everything for your team. Karl Anthony Towns can do just that.
Here's Junior. Brooks outside. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Minnesota with it. Minnesota leading by 12. Okogie, the pass to Towns. And he slams it down right on top of Brandon Clark.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
Now, here's Junior. Covered by Beasley. Now, here's Junior. 4 on the shot clock. Bombed up there for Clark. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. John Morant says in an era of 5-star recruits, he was a no-star recruit coming out of high school. And that put that big chip on his shoulder. Now he has beneath no one tattooed on his arm. He says, my dad always told me that I was trained to go. Basically, that I'm built for the moment. And guys, his time is now.
Sure is, D.A. Thank you. Pass to Okogie from deep. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The shot by Culver, nobody around. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now, here's Junior. Tight defense on him. There's the pass to Clark. And the layup's good off the glass. Clark's got his second bucket of the night.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
We've got 1:55 left in the first half of the game. Okogie. It's rebounded by Memphis. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now, here's Junior. He's guarded close to the paint. Here's Valanciunas. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout, and this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And so it's Minnesota riding high with a 23-point lead heading it. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Jackson comes in for Anderson, and Junior subbed in for Dylan Brooks. Kicks it out to Beasley. Beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Beasley's got his 3rd bucket of the night. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
They've got Clark. Ja Morant, he's out there with Junior. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Russell from long range. Offensive rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, beautifully done by Towns, using the up fake to bait the defender.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Jang, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Towns drops them both.
In the summer of 2018, Karl-Anthony Towns signing that 5-year, $158 million max contract.
Greg, given that he has a reputation of being frugal, that may last him a while. Consider after he was drafted, for a while, he didn't own a car. He actually walked around Minneapolis. Now, that could be a little cold in those chilly winter months. Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Outside Jackson. Down low. Out to Morant. Now, here's Junior. He's guarded by Russell. Junior. Back to Morant. To the wing on the left.
2 minutes left.
Here's Junior. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Towns throws it down.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Morant outside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Junior. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Ja Morant. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jang. Tolliver comes in for Brandon Clark. Allen's checked in for Milton. And Junior subbed in for Jones. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Layman, and it's Okogie in at the shooting guard position. Shoots a three, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Allen, that's good.
And Coach can thank Junior's vision for this one. Watches how the floor is moving and spots the open man.
And stolen by Junior. Inside, Allen. And it's denied. Here's Layman. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Count that bucket. Hernan Gomez has got his first basket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly. What I love about Junior, he's got grit and tenacity. He's always looking for ways to improve.
And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target score, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
And no question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star Game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. And it's Turner on the drive, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Junior dishes to Valanciunas. He kicks to Junior. Knocks down the 3 ball. Junior's got 5 points now this quarter.
And it's clear how confident Junior is. Able to rise and fire with ease. Love it.
And the foul called on Junior. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And Memphis making a change here. Zhang's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
There's 1:47 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Layman, guarded by Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. And that one misses from Layman.
And all the skill used on that crossover. You might want to save a little bit for the finish. Unable to convert there.
Hernan Gomez against Jackson. Now here's Junior. Defense right on him. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Minnesota.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for D'Angelo Russell.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Minnesota. Hernan Gomez against Allen. Unloads from 13. And it's Junior with the rebound. To the middle. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And this has been Junior's game so far. It's obvious he's not afraid to step up and carry the offense.
Turner looking around. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.